So clearly was a foul, was not called. And then Cunningham gets into the face of DiJonai Carrington.
To stop acting like somebody that's speaking up on behalf of girls, like a Sophie Cunningham, like a Riley Gaines, are scourges of the earth. That is an irresponsible thing to do. You are a coach for a female basketball team.
DiJonai Carrington has now received a warning from the Florida Attorney General. She was penalized $1,000 by the WNBA, but they remained silent about the white privilege post. According to Stephanie White, she was unable to see the Cunningham clothesline in real time. In her own game, she was ejected twice. And Stephen A. Smith said the line that has been all over the internet ever since he gazed into a camera. How come you didn't notice the play as the head coach? Watching the game is your responsibility. How could you have missed the play? 4 days later, Carrington went out against the Golden State Valkyries and struck 2 more players above the neck.
I didn't see the play in real time. I went straight to a press conference. The stuff that's trying to hijack our league will not win. Love will win. Grace will win. Humility will win. And kindness will win. I stand by them. I will always stand by them. Everybody else can go to hell.
0 flagrant, 0 expulsion. And Stephen A. Smith has had enough of being measured. Smith became enraged when White stated after the game that she was unable to speak further since she did not witness the Cunningham foul in real time. How come you didn't notice the play as the head coach? Watching the game is your responsibility. How could you have missed the play?
We will go high. Love, grace, humility will win. And then you tell everybody to go to hell. You think that's going to work for you, Coach White? Think that's going to work for you? The reality of the situation is none of that stuff will win if it's left up to you, Stephanie White. Because you're not handling it right. You playing right into their hands. Right into their hands.
White's post-game stance was unassailable from the outset. She told reporters that she didn't believe Carrington went out on purpose to confront Cunningham in the same way that she did. She then complimented Carrington's competitive approach. She will play her butt off, man, which is one of her qualities. Carrington's coach at the Connecticut Sun was the same Stephanie White.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a hard foul. I don't think that DiJonai intentionally came out to get her across the neck like she did. But it did happen, and I thought it was the right call. But, you know, one of the things about Nay is that she's going to play her butt off, man. She's going to compete. Nobody's going to go walking in for a layup. And so I don't oppose the hard foul. But I also don't think that she intentionally went for the net.
The second biggest story of the week was Stephanie White's post-game defense of an opponent who had just left her own player with a bloodied lip. Smith noticed it right away. At the podium, she responded, "I did not see it, and the player plays hard," in response to a head coach, her own player on the floor, and 2 blatant ejections. For a moment, Smith could not stand it.
Take a walk with me, take a walk with me, take a walk with me. There is craziness going on in the WNBA. DiJonai Carrington tweeted out white privilege from the locker room of a game that she was playing in. Get this. She fouled Sophie Cunningham hard. Sophie Cunningham, obviously a white person, fouled her hard. Flagrant 2, gets ejected, goes to the locker room and tweets out white privilege in the middle of the game. Now here's the kicker to me. A flagrant 2 has to be contact that can lead to an injury that looks excessive. DiJonai, it was about as excessive as possible. If there was any evidence of there being white privilege.
Smith then went somewhere no one had anticipated. He looked to Caitlin Clark's post-game support of White. Clark's heartfelt declaration that she informed White prior to the game that we would not lose this game for her, as well as his frank assessment of it. Congratulations. What a statement that says nothing at all. You see, if this were the males, we wouldn't just be asking. We would be demanding that people speak up, put it out there for everyone to see, and go straight to the point about what's actually really happening here rather than skirting the issues.
Embracing the reality of the tense situation that the WNBA, and especially you as the coach of the Indiana Fever, is involved in. There are folks in Indiana at a home game booing you. You ain't the road team, you the home team, you the home coach, and they booing you. And Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark can speak up for you all they want to, as they did, and as they should have.
Smith wanted Clark to discuss Carrington, the white privilege article, and the league's repeated failures during the season. "Let the governing bodies handle it," Clark answered succinctly and professionally, as she always does. "Pay attention to basketball. The league will have to resolve this." For the first time this season, Smith defied that expectation.
Crossroads that Stephanie is stuck in is she knows DiJonai is a good person, but now she's coaching people who are likely taking money from the Heritage Foundation, has a large MAGA racist fan base, and they didn't like that she defended DiJonai.
Take personally any suggestions that I don't 100% always have my players back.
Men should not play sports against women. I'm not going to get into all the bullshit that's going on out here in the world today. If anybody thinks that, I think they're stupid. I'm not.
The most significant player in women's basketball and the most reliable voice in sports media are no longer in agreement. And that speaks volumes about how serious things has gotten. After that, Smith stated something that has since been reproduced on all sports media platforms. On the WNBA's whining about politicization while utterly failing to establish its own policies. It's time for people to stop complaining about how things are being politicized and take action to prevent it. Either take action or put up with it.
Sophie Cunningham was brutally fouled in the face during today's game, and the offending player, DiJonai Carrington, was ejected after officials ruled her hit a flagrant 2. But after the ejection, Carrington posted, quote, "white privilege," on social media and tagged the Indiana Fever. The on-court drama follows weeks of backlash and protests against Cunningham for speaking out against including transgender athletes in the WNBA.
The post on white privilege. Either take action or put up with it. The policy of trans eligibility. Either take action or put up with it. In 4 days, Carrington struck 3 players in the face. Either take action or put up with it.
I am so fucking sick of the Indiana Fever and Sophie Cunningham. I really, really mean it. And I really have been trying to just keep my mouth shut because the rabid-ass, racist-ass fan base makes it insufferable to actually talk about basketball with people, one, who know the game, who used to play the game, and understand sometimes things just happen in the game. DiJonai got ejected in the first quarter in the Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever. Sophie Cunningham went up for a layup. DiJonai went to block it, right? Flying in the air. When she went to smack, she missed the ball, hit Sophie's head. I have not played basketball since junior high. That happened to me before. But where I'm at now with it is, one, everything Sophie Cunningham does in the game is for social media. Everything she does in that game is for social media's response, no matter what. Why? Because she's a mid-ass player in the fucking league. And yes, I am a person who has not played basketball since junior high, but I can say she is a mid player in the league. Look at her stats, who understands that where her opportunity is being a social media meme, clip, soundbite. And she will do that by any means, because at this point, that's making her off-court money. What irritates me is, one, DiJonai getting the flagrant 2. I don't think that it should have been a flagrant 2 because the intent to hurt, I don't think that there was an intent to hurt. When you go up to block the ball, especially in a layup, sometimes that shit happens. However, what I'm going to talk about is the aftermath. Sophie getting up and getting in DiJonai's face, and you physically see DiJonai say, "Stop, stop, stop." With the public, the people who support Sophie Cunningham and the Fever, resulting in such blatant racism, in such social media attacks on any team, any player that is opposing the Fever, Sophie, Caitlin Clark, and especially being Black, it results in such racism. Not only now are the players like, hey, I know if I'm going up against the Fever, and especially Sophie, Caitlin, I will take Lexi Hull out of this. Last season, we was getting close, Lexi. We was getting really close. I'll take her out of this equation now. But especially those two, the Black players understand that if anything happens, even though it may be things that happen during the game, shit that is so normal to happen during the game, they know that they have racist attacks waiting on them online. Or hell, even in
Carrington received a warning from Florida Attorney General James Umir for the white privilege post in the Sophie Cunningham incident. A professional basketball player was cautioned by a sitting state attorney general on a social media post made in the locker room. This league has benefited from the WNBA's institutional quiet on Carrington's behavior. Smith was candid about the attorney
punch in the throat that could kill her, right? And the WNBA, right? The people that run that league, if you're DiJonai here and you have a foul like that, I don't want to hear about, okay, that's a flagrant 2 and you get this sort of fine. She should be suspended for the rest of the season.
It's a legitimate question. It is possible to criticize the Attorney General's political motivations, but this does not alter the content of the post. The flagrant is not changed to expulsion. It doesn't alter the threat date of August 23rd or the fact that the WNBA fined Carrington $1,000 and remained silent about the racial social media post that turned a basketball foul into a national political story. When the league refused to intervene, the Attorney General did, and Smith stated clearly what that meant. The WNBA is startled that people are passing through the door after leaving it open.
They go on to defend her, the story, the narrative that she's not a dirty player. She makes plays like this all the time. I put together a little clip of DiJonai Carrington, who is definitely one of the dirtiest players in the WNBA. I don't know if we can roll it, but she's taken her long fingernails. She's scratched Caitlin Clark's eyes out. She's had multiple instances of chasing people down from behind, trying the same swat and smashing them in the head and causing mini fights. She pulled another girl's hair. I don't know if we'll get to that clip in a second when she's falling. Totally dirty play. This is not a skin color thing. She has a history of making dirty plays, and it's fine. The NBA...
Carrington returned to social media on Monday, claiming that people were misunderstanding the white privilege post. However, due to the timing and lack of a real explanation, she was accused of gaslighting. Carrington recently claimed that it had nothing to do with the incident, although he never explained what he meant. 8 minutes after a blatant 2-time dismissal, she blogged about white privilege. The Indiana Fever was tagged. Published on August 23rd. When the internet reacted, it became private. Attended a press conference on Monday and stated that the clothesline was never deliberate. Returned to social media and claimed that the post was being misrepresented.
That's a flagrant 2 every single damn time in the NBA and the WNBA. But you know things have devolved when you've got the Attorney General for the state of Florida saying that's why WNBA games ain't here because guess what? We are the prosecutor. Attorney General James Uthmeyer, the WNBA knows better than to play games down here in Florida because I'll be charging people with assault. I should probably clarify. Assault and battery. That is from the Attorney General of the state of...
And other from the incident never stated what the post was about. Stephen A. Smith, pundit Tommy Lahren, and former NFL linebacker Emmanuel Acho chastised the Skier for turning it into a racial issue. Regardless of one's political stance, it is unacceptable for voices from all sides of the political spectrum to come to the same conclusion, turning it into a racial problem following a blatant 2-ejection breakaway. DiJonai Carrington should have been ejected for those 2 egregious fouls. If the league doesn't step in here, the players will start to police themselves and then you have chaos, a fan wrote. And then the widespread call. This woman should not play basketball.
Said, I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. And we have to acknowledge that. And so part of it is about race, because if you think about the Brittany Griners of the world, you know, why did she have to go to play in Russia?
They wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay. Not because
you know, but I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. I hope she kills. I hope Aaliyah Boston does amazing. And we have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world, but it is what it is, and I'm glad that Caitlin has a great head on her shoulder.
One former user summed it up in a single line. She is the WNBA's Draymond Green. She will be both praised and despised. This kind of play is something she will never stop. She is excited for it by former players and coaches. If it's against white players, it's even more so. After the Vokis game, Jason Whitlock, who had warned months before that Carrington would gravely hurt someone if the WNBA did nothing, returned to the topic. Regarding Cunningham, he was correct. He is now pointing at Hayes and Zandolini, and the league has yet to declare any further sanctions. According to Carrington, it was never deliberate. She didn't see it, according to her coach. She was fined $1,000 by the WNBA. She was cautioned by the Attorney General of Florida. Smith uttered the words, "Do something or suck it up."
White privilege comment. I would actually say that this is black privilege, to be totally honest with you, because her posting this white racist comment right after assaulting Sophie Cunningham on the court is actually black privilege, because she knows the WNBA won't do a single thing of significance about it. And imagine if the roles were reversed. If Sophie made a comment similar to this, then she'd likely never play again.
Oh, he turned his back on me.
The scammer life is good.
Did he ruin your birthday, friend? I hope not. Woo! What'd he say? What'd he say? We can let you say. Y'all should have broke something in this sir's car. Where is he? You guys, this stuff is crazy. And I had to really expose him in real time because I don't know, honestly, I don't know why white people think they can get away with trying to just like scare black people by saying, oh, I'm gonna call the police. Like, okay, and we did nothing wrong, so that's fine. Go ahead and call the police. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Live and in the flesh. For you to see. He tried to kidnap us and take us. Look, oh, now he's going to talk to our next Uber driver. Let's see how this goes. Go.
سوي لك مشاكل والله.
Hold on. He just said something in another language to the next driver. What did he say? Dummy, he don't even speak that language. He speaks Spanish. He's a dumbass because our new driver speaks Spanish. This motherfucker was trying to speak Arabic.
4 days later, after Clark urged, focus on basketball, Carrington punched 2 more players above the neck without being ejected or committing a flagrant foul, and he also had a supporter removed from Chase Center due to a false allegation. The WNBA continues to select option 2, and since the league administration won't handle it themselves, a state attorney general is now in charge of it. Is the WNBA's entire 2026 conduct dilemma best summed up by Stephen A. Smith's "Do something or suck it up" verdict? And has DiJonai Carrington demonstrated beyond a shadow of a doubt that a $1,000 fine does not serve as a deterrent? Post it in the comments.